against defending national champion Ole Miss. Missouri homered 4 times over the final 3 innings to score 9 unanswered runs and pull out an 11-9 victory over the Rebels Thursday evening. Game 2 is set for 6 o'clock tonight at Taylor Stadium. Columbia College baseball team powered past top seed Spartans of Missouri Baptist University 13-5 yesterday in their second game of the American Midwest Conference Baseball Tournament. Missouri Baptist then down Central Baptist 14-2 in an elimination bracket game, and with that win, the Cougars are set to take on the Spartans again today at 12 noon for the tournament championship. Cougars would need just 1 win to claim the tournament title. The Spartans would need to beat Columbia twice. The Missouri S&T Miners go to Maryville University today to play 4 games this weekend. Game 1 is today at 2 o'clock. Pittsburgh State University hosting Central Oklahoma in a first-round series in the MIAA baseball tournament. Game time is 6 o'clock. St. Charles Community College took Game 1 of the sub-regional series with St. Louis Community College yesterday by a score of 13-3. Teams are back at it today at 1 o'clock. Missouri St. Louis baseball announces a change to its series against number 21 Illinois Springfield this weekend. Due to some potential weather today, teams will play doubleheaders on Saturday and Sunday starting at noon each day. East Central Softball Falcons begin play in the Region 16 D2 tournament at St. Louis Community College. They have a noon game today with Moberly Area Community College. Mizzou Softball try to get back on the winning track, hosting Arkansas this weekend. Series opener tonight at 7. Missouri State Softball ends their regular season on the road at Murray State with a doubleheader Saturday at 1 and a single game Sunday at noon. The FIU Panthers softball team on the road for a series at UT El Paso. Game 1 tonight at 7. Bonbon Softball will play 2 games with Spalding on Saturday at 3 and 5, and then host Webster on Sunday at 12 and 2 to finish their regular season. Rockers Softball took down UMSL 3-0 on Thursday in the first round of the GLVC softball tournament. They'll play again today at 5:30. Jefferson Community College softball Vikings beat St. Charles Community College in their first game of the NJCAA Region 16 Division I tournament. They then lost to Crowder College 14-2 in the winners bracket semifinals. They'll play an elimination bracket game against State Fair Community College at 11 today, weather permitting. And Kansas will host Iowa State for a season-ending series beginning tonight, running through Sunday. In the local scoreboard from last night at the Salem tournament, Salem defeated Cuba 5-0 in the first game. The games we broadcast on KTUI. It was Sullivan defeating Cuba by a score of 18-8. And then Sullivan down Salem by a score of 10-3. Sullivan will be in the championship game on Saturday at either 5:30 or 6 o'clock, depending upon what kind of effect the weather has on the games today. Elsewhere, it was Herman over New Haven by a score of 17-0 in the varsity game and 6-0 in JV. Borgia beat Union 12-2 in varsity and 5-1 in JV. Crystal City got by Bourbon 4-1. It was Lynn with a comfort behind win over St. James 9-8. And Bell blanked Newburgh 15-0 in 3 innings on senior night at Bell. Girls soccer, Duchesne down Borgia 7-1. St. James beat Dixon 2-1, and it was Fort Zumwalt South getting by Washington 3-1. Spring softball, Bourbon ran it up on Kingston last night by a score of 20-5. High school track from the GAC Central Championships. Varsity girls, Washington taking first place. Washington girls were 5th in junior varsity. Washington boys varsity taking second place behind Liberty Wentzville. In the JV standings, Washington JV boys finishing in 4th place. At the Union Middle School relays yesterday, for the 7th grade girls, Union took first place, followed by Washington, Sullivan, Owensville, Bourbon, Bland, St. Clair, and Pacific. 8th grade girls, Union came out on top, closely followed by Sullivan Middle School in 2nd. Owensville was 3rd, then Pacific, Washington, St. Clair, Bland, and Bourbon. The boys' 7th grade, Union came out on top, followed by Washington, St. Clair, Sullivan, Bland, Owensville, Pacific, and Bourbon. And in the boys' 8th grade, Washington took first place, followed by Owensville, Pacific, Sullivan, Union, St. Clair, Bland, and Bourbon. Looking at the schedule of games for today, high school baseball. Lim will be at Owensville, be a 4:30 start today. St. James at Lebanon at 4:30. Francis Howell hosting Washington for varsity baseball at 4:15, and Washington hosting Francis Howell for JV at 4:30. Weather permitting, games at the Salem tournament in pool play action today at 10:30, Licking against Waynesville, followed by Waynesville and Pacific at 1:30, and at 4:30 it'll be Pacific and Licking. Now, if they get the pool play games in today, they'll stick with the original schedule on Saturday with the consolation game at 11:30, third place game at 2:30, and the championship at 5:30. High school girls soccer on tap for tonight. Crocker will be at Owensville, varsity only, at 4:30. St. James at Liberty Mountain View, varsity only at 5. Washington will be at Union, JV, followed by varsity at 5 o'clock. The seating is now done for Class 2 District 4 girls soccer tournament. Whitfield the top seed, followed by Westminster Christian, Sullivan at 3, St. Clair at 4, Principia at 5, Owensville 6, Blair Oak 7, and St. James in 8. Play will begin next Saturday, May 13th. Games will be played at Westminster Christian. Sullivan will take on Owensville at 4 o'clock. St. Clair and Principia will play the earlier games. Whitfield and St. James at 10. St. Clair and Principia at noon. And then again, Sullivan and Owensville at 4 o'clock. High school boys golf district tournaments getting underway around the area on Monday. Most tee times beginning at 8 or 9 o'clock, depending upon where they are. Sullivan, St. James, St. Clair, and Cuba will be in Class 3 District 1 at St. Genevieve. The Class 2 District 3 Spring Softball District Tournament will get underway starting today at 1 o'clock. Steelville will be taking on Bourbon, followed by Potosi and Grandview at 3 o'clock, games being played at Potosi. In middle school track today, the Doc Roberts Invitational will be held in Rolla today. Cuba and St. James will be participating. Sports on the air, we have Cardinals baseball tonight on 102.1 KTUI FM. Cardinals starting a series with the Tigers, 6:20 pregame on 102.1. That's your look at sports on this Friday. Have a great day, everybody. This is Bobby D.
Years ago, now they claim to be his Christ based upon blood type.
Hi, this is Nick from Schmidt Auto Center. As everything in the world has become more expensive, you can count on us to get you the very best value possible for your hard-earned dollar. Whether that's for a pre-owned vehicle or to get the one that you have repaired, we're here for you. Call Schmidt Auto Center at 573-468-2233. Come by and see us at 750 South Service Road or check our inventory at schmidtautocenter.com. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Nick. It's coming up on 25 minutes in front of 8 o'clock here on a Friday morning, Cinco de Mayo. Which, a lot of people think was Mexican independence or something like that, but it wasn't. It was the Battle of Puebla or something like that. So that's why all of us Americans celebrated. I don't know. But got a couple of folks in here from the band at Sullivan High School. And you want to pull just a little closer to you there? There you go. And so you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Grant Harmon. I'm a senior this year.
Okay.
I'm Brianna Record, and I'm a junior this year.
Okay. And what do you play in the band?
I play everything percussion.
Everything percussion.
And then I play for the jazz band thing that we're going to be talking about. I play string bass for most of it.
String bass? Well, that's pretty cool. Yeah. And what do you play?
I am the trumpet.
The trumpet.
The trumpet.
Oh, okay. All right. When I was in band, we had two guys who were the trumpet.
Oh, two guys.
Yeah. They were I think they were both a year older than me, but they were both, I don't know which one was better. They were, first and second chair all the time,
Right.
So, yeah. So, it takes a lot of wind to be the trumpet, doesn't it? So
Yes,
you're pretty windy.
I practice a lot.
I also played the contra alto clarinet, and I don't know if you've ever seen that, but it's
We've got one.
5 foot tall. It takes a lot of wind to blow that too.
Yeah.
So you guys are wanting to talk about a spaghetti dinner thing coming up.
Yeah, so it's
tell us about it.
It's our jazz band night. It's 7 o'clock jump jazz night spaghetti dinner. It's from 6 to 7 in the high school commons on Saturday, May 13th. But what it is it's pretty much our jazz band gets together and we sit there and we play songs while the audience gets to come in and eat the spaghetti that we make them.
You're making the spaghetti?
Some band moms that we were very
band moms,
fortunate
okay.
of, and some other kids are helping make the spaghetti.
Okay.
But so they get to mingle and talk to one another while we play our song. So it's not like a traditional concert where you have to sit there and just listen to the people. You get to be in the crowd and just mingle and have a good time.
Can you get up and dance?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's a dance floor in the middle.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to see me do that, but
No, me neither. It's not good, but
yeah. Yeah. My wife tells me that I can't dance all the time, so
Hey, that's okay. Us trumpets were standing in the
Yeah.
back, like,
Yeah.
of the band, and we are dancing the entire time.
Are you?
So,
Oh.
like, if the crowd wants to dance with us, we would highly appreciate it.
All right. So this is going to be in the Commons area?
Yes.
Okay. And so I understand there's going to be some tables that are a little up front, I guess.
Yes, the VIP section.
Yeah. So how do you get one of those tables? Can you still do that?
Yes, you can. You can go. We have this wonderful poster here, and there is you can order it online, and it's $250 for a VIP table.
$250.
250, by the way, not
Yeah, not
$2.50. Just wanted to make that clear. Tickets for adults are $20, and tickets for Sullivan High School students are $10.
All right. So are you guys playing real big band music?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, like some of the,
Yes.
you know, like what songs?
So we've got
like Benny Goodman, you guys don't know. who
we've
Benny
got. No, I know who he is. I can't think of any songs though, which is probably not good.
No,
but,
no.
We're playing big band songs, Caravan.
Oh, yeah.
Big
Okay.
Noise from Winnetka.
There you go.
Chameleon.
Chameleon's a big one.
Yeah.
Girl
that's-
from Ipanema we're playing.
Oh,
There's a
okay.
lot of slower songs.
Yeah.
So we're getting every year we introduce more slow songs that more people get out there and dance.
And we're doing Michael Bublé.
Okay.
I love him.
All right.
Yeah. And we've got some students singing with us too. Some of the
Oh.
songs, some of the Michael Bublé songs.
Yes.
Are they like choir students or something? Yep.
Yeah. They
Just
have to
people
work.
you found in the halls.
No. They had to have somebody kind of sponsor them, and then they have to go in and they have to work with our choir director
Oh,
in
okay.
order to make sure that they can sing the songs really well.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. So this is kind of a new thing. I mean, I know you guys have done stuff in the Commons before and stuff like that, but this is kind of a new, neat thing. It sounds like.
Exactly.
Try to get some people in there, and I think the band and the choir have just come along leaps and bounds from
Oh yeah.
from what it used to be. Like I told you, I was band and choir when I was in, and we thought we were really good. And I've seen the band and the choir perform recently, and they're just, I think, miles ahead of where we were.
Well, it had to
So-
start somewhere.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's good. So how do people get the tickets?
They can order online. We have a link and a QR code, and you can at paypal.com.
Okay. So
Or-
how do you find it at PayPal? Is there a link there on
There is a
QR code.
just a QR
QR
code?
code,
Okay.
Yes.
But,
You
I mean,
can-
could you search for like Sullivan Encore or something like that, or?
maybe.
Maybe.
You can email our band director, Mr. Moore, at moorec@sullivaneagles.org.
Okay.
Moore.
He could probably send you the QR code.
Yeah.
then, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that's Chuck Moore. So Moore C MOOREC at sullivaneagles.org,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
So all right. So I guess everybody's wanting to see you, the trumpet.
Yes.
Is that what they call her at school? The trumpet. Oh, here comes the trumpet.
I don't know.
You've
I don't
not
know
heard
about that,
huh?
but
No. But I do have a lot of solos.
Oh, well, good.
Yes.
All right. All right. Well, thank you very much for coming in. And I told your director I wouldn't keep you very long, so apparently you have school or something. Or? Yeah. Okay.
last couple.
Oh, you did have
thing,
something else?
One more thing. We're
Yeah.
going to Grand Nationals in Indianapolis this year. And this is huge because
Okay.
it's a national competition.
Oh, okay.
And it is like the best of the best all coming in to Indianapolis to compete. And we're going to be one of those bands this year.
Oh, wow.
So our Jump Jazz event is to raise money for that. Because there's the registration fee, and then there's the traveling fees, and then there's the overnight fees, because it's like a 3-day or a week-long event.
Yeah.
And we're going this year because we are that good. And I am incredibly excited that I get to go next year for my senior year.
Wow. So are you guys, do you have to raise money for this or
Yes.
something? Oh,
That's what this is for.
okay. So this is
This is one of many fundraisers that are going to
Yes.
be coming up in this upcoming year.
I see. Okay. All right. Well, that's good. So, And then I guess probably would you accept donations and stuff like that?
Oh my gosh, yes, please.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes,
All right.
please.
So if somebody's interested in donating to that, they can probably contact Mr. Moore or Mr. Musterman
Yes.
or Mrs. Moore. Or
We would appreciate that
Yeah.
so much.
All right. All right. Well, thank you for coming in, and I hope a lot of people show up at this. And it's
Yeah, me too.
next Saturday. Is that what it
Next
is?
Saturday, the
Next-
13th.
All right. So get your tickets.
Get your tickets.
All right. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
All right. You're free to go. Thank you. All right. It's 18 in front of 8 o'clock. And let's see. I need to tell you about Midstate Paving. You know, Midstate Paving can do paving, chip seal, site work, drainage, striping, seal coating, septic services, grading, lake dredging and repair, demolition, streets, parking lots, and driveways. You can call Jim at Midstate Paving at 573-627-2039. That's 627-2039 for Jim at Midstate Paving. Bobby D making his way in, and
Rearranging the studio.
yeah. So, Bobby, mobile market for this month, it's going to be held on the third Friday instead of the fourth Friday. So that's May 19th. And the fourth Friday, of course, is during the Memorial Day holiday.
Oh, yeah,
So
it'd
they, so
be-
they wanted to move that.
Oh, yeah, I can't blame him for that.
Something else is that tomorrow, the Art and Soul Madison Bartle 5K Scholarship Fun Run. The run walk starts at 9 a.m. at the Sullivan Fairgrounds there on Maddox Drive. And if you're going to wait and register tomorrow, registration starts at 7:45 a.m. The run again at 9 a.m. It's $25 if you register today. It will be $30 if you wait and do it tomorrow. And the 5K registration, that's the 5K registration fee, will be $30. And that includes a T-shirt, and you get chipped. So
Oh, yeah. Well, okay.
they give you a chip. They don't inject it into you.
Yeah.
But let's see. The 1 mile fun run, and that's going to be $15. That includes an event T-shirt. Apparently, you don't get chipped for that.
Oh. Well, it's just a mile. They think
yeah,
they can find
they
you.
can watch you for a while.
Yeah, they can watch you run the whole thing.
You can register online at the Art and Soul 5K.itsyourrace.com. Art and Soul 5K.itsyourrace.com. So there you
Right.
go.
Should be-
So let's see. You saw a couple ball games yesterday.
Did a couple ball games yesterday. Played well, and they'll be in the championship. This is confusing.
Uh-oh.
If they're able to get, they've got another. They've had two pools of 3 teams each, and the second pool is playing their games today. Now they moved the start times up. If they are able to get their pool play games in today, then they will revert back to the original schedule for Saturday with the basically the consolation game. Teams that finish third in each pool will play at 11:30. The second place teams at 2:30 and 5:30 for the championship game. So Sullivan is in the championship game. So right now they're scheduled to play, if things stay as scheduled originally, they'll play at 5:30 tomorrow.
Okay.
But if the pool play games, they can't get them all in today, they will finish that up in the morning and then just have a championship game. Now, I think their intention is that if they can't get all 3 pool play games in today, maybe they could get 1 or possibly 2, but not the third. I think they're going to wait and play all 3 games together so that all the teams are there and you don't have them coming back twice and all that stuff. We'll keep up on the situation. Clay Moody, the AD down at Salem, has done a great job of keeping in touch with all the coaches and different people in the media and letting us know what's going on. So if they don't get the pool play games in today, if they don't feel like they can get them all 3 in, they'll play those starting Saturday morning at 9 o'clock, and then they'll play just the championship game then after those pool play games, and that's scheduled to start around 6. So Sullivan's going to play somewhere in that 5:30 to 6 o'clock time frame on Saturday. Just kind of depends on.
Nobody from the Cardinals have been scouting Sullivan the other.
No, but they could use the help.
That's what I was thinking. Boy,
put all 6 teams together down there, and you could probably find 2 or 3 players that might be able to help them out a little bit. I just.
So I heard him talking yesterday, and I guess it was pregame or something. That if they said, the Cardinals are not doing well, but the Cardinals have the ability to come back, and if they do, people will be talking about, they got
what a tremendous comeback that was.
Exactly.
Started off so bad and then turned it around on a
Cinderella story.
Cinderella story, yeah, you bet. I don't even know that. I've tried to have a couple of discussions with other people about it, and it's just is weird.
Yeah.
It's uncharacteristic. That's for sure. They have been above 500 for a number of years in a row and been, competitive for the conference championship and that sort of thing, division championships. But just this thing is so discombobulated. There just doesn't seem to be any cohesion on any phase of the game. I don't know. A lot of people are blaming Ollie for when he ripped into Tyler O'Neill for not hustling. They said he lost the locker room there, and it's all divided. And you got guys not wanting to play for him. They don't like him, and big common theme from a lot of fans is the fact that the front office did not help the pitching staff in the offseason. They thought, oh, yeah, we're good with the guys we got. They'll be fine. Well, and everybody knew they weren't. And, there were a lot of the talking head experts and, the sports media that said, no, they need some help. And then all the fans thought, yeah, they need a lot of help. But they stood pat, and we see what the result of that is. So, there's plenty of blame to go around.
All right. Well, a study has found that the secret to wisdom in old age may be as simple as keeping stimulated and interested in life. Experiments on mice who were kept in stimulating environments grew more new brain cells than bored mice who had, subscriptions to pay TV.
Had to watch the Cardinals.
Well.
Ooh.
I think I saw this in a movie one time, but a man in Germany who wanted to save a little bit on funeral costs tied his dead mother's coffin onto the roof rack of his vehicle and drove her to the cemetery himself. Police pulled him over as he was driving down the highway. I don't know. Is it illegal? This was Germany. It's illegal to tie your coffin to the roof rack.
Obviously, it must be.
Wasn't it one of the vacation movies or something where they put Granny in the
rocker? They put Granny, but they didn't have a coffin. They just wrapped her up in a blanket or something, or
put her in
tarp,
a rocking chair on top of the car.
Yeah. No, was it in the rocking?
I thought there was a chair on top of that. I don't know.
I haven't watched that original.
No, I know it's been a while for me, but
I thought they just kind of wrapped her up in a. Maybe that was after the wreck they had. They just wrapped her up in a tarp because the chair broke.
Yeah.
Just wrapped her up and put her on the roof rack. All those were funny movies, man.
Yeah.
Golly. Oh.
A man put in 10 puns in a pun contest, hoping that at least one of them would win. Sadly, no pun intended.
Ooh. I like you.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. Worth a shot.
Yeah. Try that, try that on your wife tonight,
Yeah.
She'll just look at you like,
no.
Yeah, that's what my wife does.
Yeah, she just looks at me.
I'll tell her.
Gives me that look and shakes her head.
That's a funny joke, and she just shake her head.
Yeah, I get that too. You are as funny as you think you are.
Yeah, right. I get that all the time.
I get that all the time. And this is really sad. 2 10-year-olds are among 300 children who worked at McDonald's restaurants illegally.
So I heard this on the news. Of course, they didn't go into it. They just said that they got, that the restaurant got in trouble.
Yeah, this was a Labor Department investigation of some franchises in Kentucky.
Yeah.
Agency investigators found the 10-year-olds received little or no pay at a McDonald's in Louisville, the Labor Department said. The franchisee for the Louisville store was among 3 McDonald's franchises, fined $212,000 in total by the department. Now, that's kind of a little minuscule as far as I'm concerned. Louisville's Bauer Food LLC, which operates 10 McDonald's locations, employed 24 minors under the age of 16 to work more hours than legally permitted. Among those were 2 10-year-old children. The agency said the children sometimes worked as late as 2 a.m., but were not paid. Below the minimum wage for employment, they prepared and distributed food orders, cleaned the store, worked at the drive-through window, and operated a register. Adding that one child also was allowed to operate a deep fryer, which is a major prohibited task for workers under 16. Franchise owner-operator Sean Bauer said the 2 10-year-olds, cited in the Labor Department statement, were visiting their parent, a night manager, and weren't employees. I think they have some videotape that shows otherwise.
Yeah, maybe.
Let's go to the tape. Yeah. Any work was done at the direction of and in the presence of the parent without authorization by franchisee, organization, management, or leadership. Bauer said Wednesday in a prepared statement, adding that they've since reiterated the child visitation policy to employees. Okay. Federal child labor regulations put strict limits on the types of jobs children can perform and the hours they can work. The Kentucky investigations are part of an ongoing effort by the Labor Department's Wage and Hour Division to stop child labor abuses throughout the Southeast. Too often, employers fail to follow child labor laws that protect young workers. Under no circumstances should there ever be a 10-year-old child working in a fast food kitchen around hot grills, ovens, and deep fryers. So there were a couple other that were cited for having minors age 14 and 15 to work beyond their allowable hours, and I think that was the complaints against those other 2. But yeah.
So Dave, who's apparently seen the movie, or he had a better memory than we do, or something.
Probably both.
He says she was wrapped in a sleeping bag.
Okay.
And he says, "What about that poor dog, though? I forgot they had the dog chained to the bumper or something."
Yeah.
And then he says, "Poor Aunt Edna." So those vacation
moment of silence for Aunt Edna.
Yes. So I don't know. Child labor laws. I think they're probably a good thing, but one of the things I don't quite get is like if you're underage and you want to work, you have to get permission from the superintendent of your school.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm not sure that's.
I think parents. I wasn't aware of that.
I think parents probably should have the last say.
I would think so.
But
yeah.
I don't know.
Bring home a form from work and say, "Hey, here,"
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. What started innocently enough 50 years ago has turned into a passion for Alaskan Dave Paul. After years of collecting hammers, Paul and his wife Carol opened the Hammer Museum in Haines, Alaska in 2002. Today, the museum has over 2,000 hammers and over 7,000 items in its collection. The Hammer Museum has claw hammers, blacksmith's hammers, hammers to lay railroad ties, farmers' hammers and cobblers' hammers, hammers from the colonial days and ones from the Industrial Revolution. In 2007, Dave completed and installed a big hammer in front of the museum. The handle of the 19-foot, 8-inch claw hammer is constructed from a 26-inch diameter spruce log. The hammerhead is made from styrofoam and fiberglass. And so, if you've ever wanted to go see a hammer museum, you have to go to Alaska, I guess. So I don't know if it has Thor's hammer or, Mjolnir.
Yeah, maybe a replica.
Maybe. I don't know.
Probably not the real thing.
Because you would have had to have Thor pick it up and bring it there.
Yeah,
right? Or
set it down.
or I think Captain America.
Captain America did, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, actually, I can't remember what the guy with the stone in his head.
No.
Anyway, apparently
Tony Stark's was
whatever.
the voice. Vision,
Yeah. Anyway, there you go.
And there was somebody else too.
I don't know.
Was it Natalie Portman?
Yeah, but she became a Thor.
Yeah, that's right. That's what it was.
She was, I don't know. So, she could wield it. I don't know. The White House not taking the possibility of short-term debt ceiling extension off the table as it weighs options to avoid the country's defaulting on its debts as President Biden prepares to meet Speaker Kevin McCarthy, the Republican from California, on the matter next week. On Thursday, Office of Management and Budget Director Shalonda Young told reporters at the White House that extending the debt ceiling was an option. I don't know why we get into this it doesn't seem to matter who's in the White House and who controls Congress, or we always fight over this. And they've been raising the debt ceiling. I'm not saying that's a good thing. I'm just saying they do it all the time, and they fight about it, squabble, unless, the same parties in power, they.
Even then, there's still some squabbling.
So
just to make it look good.
I don't know. I did see on the news that what's her name from St. Louis,
Kim Gardner.
Gardner, she's stepping down, but not till June 1st.
June 1st, yeah. I don't know why they are letting her stay on that long.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry.
Who did I hear? Somebody.
Monday.
Somebody was it Josh Hawley or somebody?
Yeah, probably
said there's no reason for her to stay that long.
No, there's not.
Yeah.
She hadn't been doing much of anything for weeks, so why does she need to stay till June?
Did you see yesterday they found out that she was enrolled in nursing school?
Yeah.
I guess in case this thing doesn't work out.
So that kind of gives you an idea how she thought the case was going to go. And see, she had another one of her top assistant prosecutors got killed in a car wreck the other day.
I did see that. Heitman,
and two others have resigned. She's down like 25 or more.
Right. Some of them sort of say that it's because the office is embroiled in this legal battle.
Yeah, there's an infighting.
And then there's some that say, well, I'm not working for her anymore.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they may reapply once she's out.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe not. Who knows?
So kind of cloudy out there. We're up to 60 degrees, though, here at the studios of KTUI. Mobile Market going to be held on the third Friday of this month instead of the fourth Friday, because the fourth Friday is during the Memorial Day holiday. We are AM 1560 KTUI Sullivan 94.1 FM. You can get us on YouTube since the internet came back on.
Yeah.
Then you can get us on the TuneIn app. Same thing. It's 8 o'clock. Here's the news.
USA News. I'm Lance Pry. Vice President Kamala Harris and the CEOs of several tech firms talked about the risk of artificial intelligence as the White House announced initiatives targeting those potential dangers. President Biden briefly joined Harris with the heads of Google, Microsoft, and others. Biden told the CEOs, "What you're doing has enormous potential and enormous danger." The administration announced that the National Science Foundation will spend $140 million to promote research and development in AI. Some Chicago residents are upset over Mayor Lightfoot's plan to house illegal immigrants at a former high school in the South Shore neighborhood. City officials were shouted down last night during a meeting exposing their plan. Residents expressed frustration they were left out of the planning process.
I think what's important is that we really establish that this is a humanitarian crisis, and we're here. We're not supposed to interrupt.
The North Carolina State Senate passed a 12-week abortion ban with exceptions. Democrat Governor Roy Cooper plans to veto the bill, but Republicans who hold a veto-proof supermajority in the legislature have said they plan to override him. China will hold a rare joint military exercise with its neighbor Laos this month as Beijing tries to build security ties with regional allies to counter an expanding U.S. presence in Southeast Asia. They're calling it Friendship Shield 2023. The Chinese Defense Ministry announced it this morning. Bipartisan lawmakers in the House are demanding Russia immediately release 2 Americans detained in Moscow.
In a rare joint statement, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy and Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries condemned the ongoing and illegal detention of Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich and ex-Marine Paul Whelan. They said the Kremlin is holding Gershkovich hostage and continues to unjustly imprison Whelan. I'm Dave Collins.
USA News.
Hearing my cat purr good morning mean a lot to me, but after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib. Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative NBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
Someone who worked for presidential candidate Donald Trump at his Mar-a-Lago resort is now working with the feds on the classified documents case.
The New York Times describes the individual as an insider witness cooperating on the sly as Jack Smith's team investigates how the former president handled the classified material. Federal prosecutors are issuing new subpoenas now as the probe intensifies into whether Trump knowingly hid materials. It's believed this witness provided investigators with a picture of the storage room where materials had been held inside Mar-a-Lago. I'm Ryan Daniels.
On this Cinco de Mayo, got a special treat for you tonight. An outburst of shooting stars from Halley's Comet debris could result in a spectacular Eta Aquadrid meteor shower. That'll be happening tonight and tomorrow night. That's if the full moon does not get in your way. An Oklahoma hospital has the eye of the Biden administration.
The Department of Health and Human Services issued an ultimatum to a top-rated Catholic hospital network in Oklahoma, threatening to shut down their services to poor and vulnerable patients unless they remove the sanctuary candle from their chapel. Attorney Lori Wyndham of Beckett Law Office wrote a pre-litigation letter to HHS Secretary Javier Becerra explaining how the administration's threat violates the religious freedom rights of the Catholic hospital.
Lance Pry, USA News.
Omaha Steaks Burger Perfection Flight, made from single cuts of real aged Omaha steaks, rewrites the book on burgers. Go to omahasteaks.com. Use promo code TREAT at checkout for an extra $20 off your order, plus free shipping when you order the $79.99 Burger Perfection Flight. A fantastic array of pure ground steak on a bun burger greatness. For $20 off the Burger Perfection Flight, use promo code TREAT at checkout at omahasteaks.com and discover your new burger obsession. Minimum order may be required.
When it comes to your health, what do you deserve? At BJC Healthcare, we believe you deserve care when you need it. You deserve answers and peace of mind. You deserve the best hospitals, the latest treatments, and expert advice. You deserve to know someone is always on your side, to keep doing what you love, and to live your healthiest life. You deserve extraordinary care. Learn more at bjc.org/deserve.
For compassionate cancer care close to home, our neighbors turn to Missouri Baptist Sullivan Hospital. They can receive preventative screenings, see their doctor, and get most treatments and infusions without having to leave the comfort of our community. As part of BJC Healthcare, we bring the latest cancer treatments to you, right here, for the highest quality care. Your best medicine is close to home at Missouri Baptist Sullivan Hospital.
With news on Missouri Net, I'm Marshall Griffin. Missouri's drought conditions worsened in the last week. There are more counties in the abnormally dry, moderate drought, and severe drought categories. Exceptional drought is creeping into the west central southwest part of Missouri, according to the U.S. Drought Monitor. The drought conditions are due to the lack of rain Missouri has seen this spring thus far. Looking to hit the road? You're not alone. Anthony Morbith reports.
The AAA Auto Club is warning Missouri travelers to prepare for traffic to surpass pre-pandemic levels on the roads by rail in the friendly skies. With Memorial Day being the unofficial kickoff to the summer travel season, AAA says it predicts a significant increase in international travel. Despite airline tickets running about 20 to 30% higher this summer, Delta has reported a record number of advanced summer travel bookings. The Auto Club says when booking a flight, aim for the first morning flight because it's more likely to depart on time. It also recommends knowing your passenger rights.
This is Missouri Net.
Agri-America was built for the American farmer and rancher. A great combination of the ag information you need and the country music you love. Download the app today or go to agriamerica.com. Your #1 source for ag news and country's greatest hits. agriamerica.com.
Hi, it's Tori DeVito. Small conversations can have a big impact on your child's decision to not drink alcohol and use other drugs. For tips and other resources on having a conversation, visit Talk They Hear You at underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Why? Just think about it. Why is the #1 selling brand of chainsaws not sold at Lowe's or the Home Depot? We can give you over 10,000 reasons. That's how many authorized local steel dealers you can find across the country. Visit one and you'll find a range of dependable gas and battery-powered tools, from trimmers to blowers. And you'll find service from experienced professionals. Real steel. Find yours at steelusa.com. Lowe's and Home Depot are trademarks of their respective companies.
When it comes to your finances, you need a team you can trust. Someone who can help you through any situation. A local community bank you can depend on. At First State Community Bank, we are that partner. And because we're committed to Sullivan, you won't have to worry about changes to your accounts or locations. Come see me, Jordan Todd, in Sullivan today. My team and I are excited to partner with you. We'll make the process of switching banks quick and easy.
First State Community Bank, member FDIC, online at fscb.com.
We know you have lawns to mow, work sites to build, fields to manage, and jobs to finish. With over 100 years of experience, Seidenstricker Nobe will be with you every step of the way. Our customers are the center of everything we do. Find affordable pricing, low monthly payments, and easy financing options on all our John Deere equipment. With 27 locations to serve you, Seidenstricker Nobe Partners is your source for everything John Deere. snpartners.com.
The Missouri State Fire Marshal's Office Department of Communications released to the Sullivan Independent News that a Leesburg man passed away during a fire in an apartment complex off 1st Street in Leesburg at 4:45 p.m. Monday. According to the initial report, the fire broke out around 4:45 p.m. in an apartment occupied by 50-year-old Cheyenne L. Acosta of Leesburg. According to the communications director for the Missouri Department of Public Safety, the first fire personnel were on scene at 4:59 p.m. An autopsy is being performed. More information on this fatal fire is expected to be released in the coming days, according to authorities. The Missouri State Highway Patrol reported a fatal accident in Cass County at 8:09 last night on Missouri 2 at 271st Street. A 16-year-old male juvenile from Freeman was driving a 2002 GMC, crossed the center line and into the path of an oncoming 2012 Ford driven by 66-year-old Cynthia L. Wasser of Ottawa, Kansas. The vehicle struck head-on. The Ford then traveled off the roadway and into a ditch. 66-year-old Cynthia L. Wasser of Ottawa, Kansas was pronounced at the scene by the medical examiner. The 16-year-old driver, 16-year-old and 17-year-old male passengers all had serious injuries. The driver was transported by Central Cass EMS to Children's Mercy Hospital. One of the passengers was transported by Harrisonville EMS to Research Hospital. The other was transported by Garden City EMS to Research Hospital. There was a fatal accident in New Madrid County at 3:20 p.m. yesterday on US 61 at Route P. 58-year-old Kelly R. Aldridge of Dexter was driving a 2007 GMC Yukon, turned into the path of a 2018 Freightliner driven by 59-year-old Brian K. Anisser of Benton. The driver of the Yukon, 58-year-old Kelly Aldridge of Dexter, was pronounced at the scene by the New Madrid County coroner. There was an accident in Dent County at 10:19 last night on Highway FF, a half mile west of Highway 68. 23-year-old Tommy J. Jones of Londell fell asleep, ran off the right side of the roadway, overcorrected, ran off the left side of the roadway, and hit several trees. Jones and 2 passengers, 28-year-old Michael R. Hobson of Labadie and 22-year-old Patrick J. Smith of Salem, all had minor injuries. Smith and Jones were transported by EMS to Salem Memorial District Hospital. Hobson was transported by private vehicle to Salem Memorial District Hospital. The Highway Patrol made an arrest in Franklin County at 11:45 last night. 23-year-old Dylan Whited of St. Clair was arrested on Franklin County Sheriff's Office no insurance. St. Clair Police Department animal at large ×2, vicious animal, failure to register a motor vehicle. Forestell Police Department, failure to register a motor vehicle. He was taken to the Franklin County Jail and was bondable. At 5:30 yesterday afternoon in Crawford County, 21-year-old Christopher J. Beeman of Steelville arrested on felony possession of a controlled substance, methamphetamine, possession of paraphernalia. He was booked and released on scene. At 9:28 a.m. yesterday in Crawford County, 41-year-old Nicholas D. Lopez of St. Anne was arrested for felony possession of a controlled substance, fentanyl, felony Crawford County warrant for possession of a controlled substance, failure to register a motor vehicle, and no seatbelt. He was taken to the Crawford County Jail and held without bond. The Gasconade County Sheriff's Office asking that you get an appointment to come in for ATV permits. Contact the Sheriff's Office at 573-486-2424 in order to make an appointment to purchase a permit. While they attempt to accommodate everyone, they can't guarantee service for walk-in purchases. Items required to purchase an ATV permit: valid driver's license, current proof of insurance, and a tax receipt. ATV permits are $15. Check or exact amount if using cash. You can download the form for an ATV permit from the website Gasconade County Sheriff's Office.GoDaddySites.com/forms. Big Indian Creek Road in the Sullivan area will be closed on Tuesday, May 9th and Wednesday, May 10th from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. each day for cross-culvert replacement. Tuesday, the closure will be 1.2 miles west-southwest of Chapel Hill Road and 0.6 miles east of State Highway A. On Wednesday, the closure will be 1.1 miles west-southwest of Chapel Hill Road and 0.7 miles east of State Highway A. The road will close and then reopen each day and will be closed to all traffic, including emergency vehicles. If you have any questions, you can contact the Franklin County Highway Department. And the Sullivan City engineer, Robert Schaefer, contacted me last night to tell me that water will temporarily be off on Jones, Grace, and Ozark Streets today after 7:30 a.m. for a tie-in of the new water main on Grace Street. This should only be for a couple of hours. The annual Senior Expo and Health Fair returning to East Central College on Tuesday, May 16th. The expo will be in the gym in the Donald Shook Student Center from 9 a.m. till noon. This free event is geared toward adults 55 years old and over, and it will feature more than 50 local vendors. There will be great door prizes and other giveaways. Area seniors who are 55 and older can receive free health screenings and see demonstrations. In addition, many presentations will be given by the Alzheimer's Association Greater Missouri Chapter, Voice, Franklin County CASA, A Gentle Passage, and Claim. The purpose of the Senior Expo and Health Fair is to provide information to seniors, promote health awareness through education and prevention, and to provide information about available programs and services in our area. Elevator and shuttle services from parking lots to the buildings will be available. If you'd like more information, contact External Relations Executive Administrative Assistant Cynthia Cubas at 636-584-6742, or you can visit the website eastcentral.edu. Opening day for the Sullivan City Pool expected to be Saturday, May 27th. Open daily noon to 6 p.m. through mid-August. There are swimming lessons. Registration forms and rental fees can be obtained at City Hall or by emailing Tony, that's T-O-N-I, at sullivan.mo.us. For general inquiries or to check on availability, please call 573-468-5216. And the Franklin County Clerk, Tim Baker, wants you to know that the Franklin County Government Center, Historic Courthouse, Judicial Center, the County Health Department, and the County Highway Department will all be closed on Monday in observance of the Truman Day holiday. The Franklin County Sheriff's Department remains open as they are 24 hours a day, each and every day. That is a look at your local news on a Friday. Have a great weekend. I'm Sam Scott.
Do you have a guy? Like your dad or grandpa had a guy. Something broke around the house you couldn't fix, Gramps would say, call my guy. He probably drove an old blue pickup, big tool chest in the back, decades of calluses on strong hands, name on his shirt like Don or Ed or Buddy. He just always seemed to know the best way to fix any problem. That's why Grandpa trusted him. There's not many of those guys around today, and no wonder. Between taxes and technology, insurance and licensing, it's hard to be that guy and be competitive. Well, that's why this company started. We love what we do, and we still want to be that guy. Independent technicians, generations of combined experience, all joined together as one powerful team. Strength in numbers, you know? If you're ever stuck with a broken furnace or air conditioner, now you've got a guy.
We're level 9, heating and cooling.
Level9HVAC.com.
In recent funeral notices, Danielle Marie Murdick of Grubville passed away Monday, May 1st at the age of 30. Survived by her parents, Pamela Akins, and husband Brad of Grubville, and Danny Murdick and girlfriend Robin Cheslock of Ditmer. Funeral services will be held at 10 o'clock this morning at the Russell Colonial Funeral Home in St. Clair. Private committal will take place at a later date. Memorials may be made to Villa Lobos Rescue Center for pit bulls and parolees. Wanda M. Lohman of Sullivan passed away Wednesday, May 3rd at the age of 85. Survived by her daughter Teresa Lund and husband Drew of Sullivan, 4 sisters Frances Taylor of Sullivan, Mae Turnbow of Arkansas, Betty Beers of DeSoto, and Barbara Reeves of Festus. 2 granddaughters, 7 grandchildren, numerous other relatives, and many friends. Funeral services will be held Saturday at 11 a.m. at the New Testament Baptist Church in Sullivan. Visitation will be Saturday from 9 a.m. until the time of services at 11 at New Testament Baptist Church. In lieu of flowers, donations can be made to New Testament Baptist Church of Sullivan in the name of Wanda Lohman. Larry D. Laird of Sullivan passed away Thursday, April 13th at the age of 57. Survived by his wife, Kim, 6 children, Christopher Laird, Joshua, Chris, Jesse, Brandon, and Misty, 10 beloved grandchildren, his parents, Boyce and Marie Laird, a brother, Ron Laird, and wife Kelly of Sullivan, 2 sisters, Linda Sissel and partner Dave Durrell of High Ridge, and Diane Capestro and husband Joseph of St. Clair. Numerous nieces, nephews, other relatives, and countless friends. A remembrance memorial service will be held Saturday at 3 p.m. at the Small Eagles Hall in Sullivan. Following the memorial service, jam session open mic will be held in honor of Larry, as well as a silent auction. All are welcome to attend. Visitation will be from 2 until 3 p.m. on Saturday prior to the memorial service. In lieu of flowers, donations may be made to the Laird family. All arrangements are under the direction of the Eaton Funeral Home and Cremation Center of Sullivan. Glenn L. Bussey of Stanton passed away Monday, April 24th at the age of 73. Survived by his wife, Maria, 6 children, Christiana Bussey of Bourbon, Gregory Bussey and wife Stacy of Stanton, Kimberly Marlowe and husband Floyd of Leesburg, Leslie, Adam, and Brad Bussey, 9 grandchildren, 2 brothers, Dale Bussey of Sullivan, Lloyd Bussey of Union, 2 sisters, Darlene Henderson and husband Dennis of Stanton, and Wilberta Willie Palmer and husband Bill of Sullivan. Nieces, nephews, cousins, other relatives, many friends. A celebration of life will be held from 1 till 6 p.m. on Sunday at the Merrimack State Park Shelter House number 3. Please bring a covered dish to share. All are invited and welcome to attend. All arrangements are under the direction of the Eaton Funeral Home in Sullivan. Nancy E. Umphris, née Copeling of Cuba, passed away Monday, May 1st at the age of 73. She's survived by her husband, Jim, 2 sons, Travis Umphris of St. Clair, and Robbie and wife Rachel Umphris of Douglas, Georgia. A brother, Robert, and wife Mary Copeling of Leesburg, 6 grandchildren, 5 great-grandchildren, and 2 new ones on the way, several aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, cousins, and many friends. The family has chosen to honor Nancy's wishes with cremation as her final disposition, and a memorial service will be held Monday, May 8th at the First Baptist Church in Cuba. Visitation will be from noon until 1 p.m. The memorial service will immediately follow at 1. A private family burial in the Lick Creek Cemetery will be held at a later time. All arrangements are under the direction of the Hudson Funeral Home of Cuba. Evelyn F. Grady of Leesburg passed away Wednesday, May 3rd at the age of 85. Survived by 6 children, Deborah Borgmeyer and husband Kenneth of Union, Roger Grady and wife Barbara of Twin Falls, Idaho, Larry Grady of Bourbon, Mark Grady and wife Michelle of High Ridge, Randy Grady and wife Sherry of Farmington, New Mexico, Denise Cannon of Leesburg, 19 grandchildren, 34 great-grandchildren, 1 great-great-grandchild, 3 sisters, Alice McClary of St. Louis, Bonnie Richardson of St. Charles, and Donna Eaton of St. Louis, nieces, nephews, other relatives, many friends. Funeral services will be conducted Monday at 1 p.m. at the Eaton Funeral Home in Sullivan. Interment will be in the Hodge Inlow Cemetery in Bourbon. Visitation will be from 11 a.m. till 1 p.m. Monday at the Eaton Funeral Home in Sullivan. In lieu of flowers, memorials may be given to the American Heart Association in the name of Evelyn Grady. Cheyenne Lee Acosta of Leesburg passed away May 1st at the age of 50. Survived by 4 loving daughters, Keisha Acosta and significant other Ashley Dagonia of Sullivan, Courtney Nichols and husband Kenny of Steelville, Ashley Acosta and husband E.J. Bridget of Leesburg, and Amber Acosta and husband Shane Kelly of Sullivan. 5 grandchildren, his mother and stepfather Barbara Sue and Daxton Lohman of Cuba, father Charles Tackett of Michigan State, 2 siblings, as well as numerous aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, other relatives, and many friends. A celebration of life will be held Saturday, July 15th at Merrimack State Park Pavilion No. 1, with the time to be determined. Cremation arrangements will take place. All arrangements are under the direction of the Eaton Funeral Home and Cremation Center of Sullivan.
Sometimes life is just hard, and at Compass Health Network we know that. Compass Health Network, in partnership with Show Me Hope, is here to help 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So if you or your family are living with stress or emotional strain from COVID-19, Compass Health Network counselors have the services and community contacts to help. Please call our toll-free COVID stress line at 888-237-4567 or find out more at compasshealthnetwork.org.
Life is a series of moments. Big moments, small moments, moments you want to bottle up so they can last forever. At Edward Jones, we want you to make the most of all of them. Whether you're planning for the trip of a lifetime, retirement, or just need some everyday advice along the way. That's why an Edward Jones financial advisor like me works with you to build personalized strategies for today and tomorrow. Life is for living. Let's partner through all of it. I'm Edward Jones financial advisor Donnie Greenwald. Call me at 573-468-6046. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
The Cardinals lost their 6th straight game yesterday, being swept by the Angels. Here's John Rooney and Ricky Horton with the Redbird recap.
With Ricky Horton, I'm John Rooney, and a very bad start to the homestand as the Cardinals lost all 3 games to the Angels. They dropped Tuesday's game 5-1, then Wednesday 6-4, losing in the 9th inning. But the Angels came out taking advantage of every hit they got and beat the Cardinals 11-7 yesterday.
Very rough start for Jack Flaherty. He was just hitting a lot of bats. He was not able to locate his pitches. And then the Cardinals bullpen at least gave them a chance. In the last 6 innings, only 1 unearned run allowed. And the offense did come back a bit, but it still was a lopsided victory in total for the Angels. And the Cardinals have now dropped 6 straight games.
You would think, Ricky, with 7 runs on 10 hits, you'd be in line for a win.
You should win a game like that. And if it's not one thing, it's another thing for the Cardinals. And yesterday, it was starting pitching.
Tonight, the Detroit Tigers come in to open a 3-game series, and they'll go with Matthew Boyd against Jordan Montgomery for the Cardinals, and we'll be on the air at 6:20.
We'll have tonight's Cardinal game on the air on KTUI 102.1 FM pregame at 6:20. East Central College baseball will face Moberly Area Community College at 5:30 today in the first round action of the Region 16 and D2 tournament at East Central College. Facing a 7-run deficit in the crucial Southeastern Conference Series opener against defending national champion Ole Miss, Missouri homered 4 times over the final 3 innings to score 9 unanswered runs and pull out an 11-9 victory over the Rebels Thursday evening. Game 2 is set for 6 o'clock tonight at Taylor Stadium. Columbia College baseball team powered past top seed Spartans of Missouri Baptist University 13-5 yesterday in their second game of the American Midwest Conference Baseball Tournament. Missouri Baptist then down Central Baptist 14-2 in an elimination bracket game, and with that win, the Cougars are set to take on the Spartans again today at 12 noon for the tournament championship. Cougars would need just one win to claim the tournament title. The Spartans would need to beat Columbia twice. The Missouri S&T Miners go to Maryville University today to play 4 games this weekend. Game 1 is today at 2 o'clock. Pittsburgh State University hosting Central Oklahoma in a first-round series in the MIAA baseball tournament. Game time is 6 o'clock. St. Charles Community College took Game 1 of the sub-regional series with St. Louis Community College yesterday by a score of 13-3. Teams are back at it today at 1 o'clock. Missouri St. Louis baseball announces a change to its series against number 21 Illinois Springfield this weekend. Due to some potential weather today, teams will play doubleheaders on Saturday and Sunday starting at noon each day. East Central softball Falcons begin play in the Region 16 D2 tournament at St. Louis Community College. They have a noon game today with Moberly Area Community College. Mizzou softball try to get back on the winning track, hosting Arkansas this weekend. Series opener tonight at 7. Missouri State softball ends their regular season on the road at Murray State with a doubleheader Saturday at 1 and a single game Sunday at noon. The FIU Panthers softball team on the road for a series at UT El Paso. Game 1 tonight at 7. Bonbon softball will play 2 games with Spalding on Saturday at 3 and 5, and then host Webster on Sunday at 12 and 2 to finish their regular season. Rockers softball took down UMSL 3-0 on Thursday in the first round of the GLVC softball tournament. They'll play again today at 5:30. Jefferson Community College softball Vikings beat St. Charles Community College in their first game of the NJCAA Region 16 Division I tournament. They then lost to Crowder College 14-2 in the winners bracket semifinals. They'll play an elimination bracket game against State Fair Community College at 11 today, weather permitting. And Kansas will host Iowa State for a season-ending series beginning tonight, running through Sunday. In the local scoreboard from last night at the Salem tournament, Salem defeated Cuba 5-0 in the first game. The games we broadcast on KTUI. It was Sullivan defeating Cuba by a score of 18-8. And then Sullivan down Salem by a score of 10-3. Sullivan will be in the championship game on Saturday at either 5:30 or 6 o'clock, depending upon what kind of effect the weather has on the games today. Elsewhere, it was Herman over New Haven by a score of 17-0 in the varsity game and 6-0 in JV. Borgia beat Union 12-2 in varsity and 5-1 in JV. Crystal City got by Bourbon 4-1. It was Lynn with a comfort behind win over St. James 9-8. And Bell blanked Newburgh 15-0 in 3 innings on senior night at Bell. Girls soccer, Duchesne down Borgia 7-1. St. James beat Dixon 2-1, and it was Fort Zumwalt South getting by Washington 3-1. Spring softball, Bourbon ran it up on Kingston last night by a score of 20-5. High school track from the GAC Central Championships. Varsity girls, Washington taking first place. Washington girls were 5th in junior varsity. Washington boys varsity taking second place behind Liberty Wentzville. And the JV standings, Washington JV boys finishing in 4th place. At the Union Middle School relays yesterday, for the 7th grade girls, Union took first place, followed by Washington, Sullivan, Owensville, Bourbon, Bland, St. Clair, and Pacific. 8th grade girls, Union came out on top, closely followed by Sullivan Middle School in 2nd. Owensville was 3rd, then Pacific, Washington, St. Clair, Bland, and Bourbon. The boys' 7th grade, Union came out on top, followed by Washington, St. Clair, Sullivan, Bland, Owensville, Pacific, and Bourbon. And in the boys' 8th grade, Washington took first place, followed by Owensville, Pacific, Sullivan, Union, St. Clair, Bland, and Bourbon. Looking at the schedule of games for today, high school baseball. Lim will be at Owensville, be a 4:30 start today. St. James at Lebanon at 4:30. Francis Howell hosting Washington for varsity baseball at 4:15, and Washington hosting Francis Howell for JV at 4:30. Weather permitting, games at the Salem tournament in pool play action today at 10:30, Licking against Waynesville, followed by Waynesville and Pacific at 1:30, and at 4:30 it'll be Pacific and Licking. Now, if they get the pool play games in today, they'll stick with the original schedule on Saturday with the consolation game at 11:30, third place game at 2:30, and the championship at 5:30. High school girls soccer on tap for tonight. Crocker will be at Owensville, varsity only at 4:30. St. James at Liberty Mountain View, varsity only at 5. Washington will be at Union, JV, followed by varsity at 5 o'clock. The seating is now done for Class 2 District 4 girls soccer tournament. Whitfield the top seed, followed by Westminster Christian, Sullivan at 3, St. Clair at 4, Principia at 5, Owensville 6, Blair Oak 7, and St. James in 8. Play will begin next Saturday, May 13th. Games will be played at Westminster Christian. Sullivan will take on Owensville at 4 o'clock. St. Clair and Principia will play the earlier games. Whitfield and St. James at 10. St. Clair and Principia at noon. And then again, Sullivan and Owensville at 4 o'clock. High school boys golf district tournaments getting underway around the area on Monday. Most tee times beginning at 8 or 9 o'clock, depending upon where they are. Sullivan, St. James, St. Clair, and Cuba will be in Class 3 District 1 at St. Genevieve. The Class 2 District 3 Spring Softball District Tournament will get underway starting today at 1 o'clock. Steelville will be taking on Bourbon, followed by Potosi and Grandview at 3 o'clock, games being played at Potosi. In middle school track today, the Doc Roberts Invitational will be held in Rolla today. Cuba and St. James will be participating. Sports on the air, we have Cardinals baseball tonight on 102.1 KTUI FM. Cardinals starting a series with the Tigers, 6:20 pregame on 102.1. That's your look at sports on this Friday. Have a great day, everybody. This is Bobby D.
From the KTUI WeatherBug Weather Center for this morning, expecting mostly cloudy skies. Mostly cloudy this afternoon, a high temperature of 70 degrees. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies, a low of 55. On Saturday, mostly sunny, a chance for an afternoon shower or thunderstorm, high 82. Saturday night, mostly cloudy, low 67. On Sunday, mostly cloudy, a chance for an afternoon shower or thunderstorm, high 90. Sunday night, mostly cloudy, low 62. And on your Monday, afternoon showers and thunderstorms likely, otherwise partly cloudy, high 85. For KTUI, I'm Andrew Brady.
Thank you, Andrew. It is 60 degrees here at the studios of KTUI and about 26 minutes in front of 9 o'clock. And don't forget that the Art and Soul Madison Bartle 5K Scholarship Fund Run is tomorrow. And you can still get registered today, I think, at artandsoul5k.itsyourrace.com. If you register today, it's $25. If you wait and do it at the race tomorrow, it's $30. And registration time tomorrow, if you're going to wait and do it there, is 7:45. And again, the run walk starts at 9 a.m. The 1 mile fun run is $15. Then they're going to have the silent auction after the race. And this year, all the proceeds from the silent auction will go to the family of Willa Rayleigh O'Connor. So there you go. 25 in front of 9 o'clock. Bobby D back with me. Good morning once again.
Hello.
And let's see, I was going to tell people that besides being a Red Friday, red stands for Remember Everyone Deployed, and I can remember that because it's written on my shirt. And I saw there's a truck, a bucket truck up there on the pole. That's probably why we lost internet for a few minutes last hour. So this is also Cinco de Mayo,
which is probably more an American holiday than it is Mexican.
Yeah, I think I don't know if this is actually true, but I read sometime that the Irish celebrate Cinco de Mayo more than anybody.
Probably.
Any excuse to drink beer, huh?
They don't need an excuse.
Yeah, well. Anyway, this a lot of people think Cinco de Mayo represents the Mexican independence or whatever, but the battle for independence. But it wasn't. It was the Battle of Puebla, I believe, is what
it was. Just a battle in the Mexican Revolution.
Yeah, and it happened on the 5th of May, and so Cinco de Mayo.
Another reason to celebrate.
Yeah. Remember the Alamo.
That's a little bit
different.
Different time frame.
Yeah. I can. I remember the Alamo because when I got off the bus and the bus drove off, I'm standing there looking around for I don't see the Alamo. All I see is this old church. No.
Not a big place.
No. Hug a shed and take a selfie. And I thought maybe, I don't know, maybe it was a shed, from an antler from a deer or something. No, I looked it up. It's a shed. They said it doesn't matter if it's a big shed or a small shed. But so the picture was a woman, with her hand on a shed and a selfie stick. I don't get it, but hey.
I guess there's a lot of people out there that have more time on their hands than,
This is International Midwives Day. Midwives are kind of making a comeback.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of midwives are nurse practitioners.
Yeah.
But anyway. International Space Day. This is International Tuba Day. The good thing about playing the tuba is, you didn't really... I mean, I suspect that there were some, but people didn't really take their tubas home to practice, because they were too big. Especially if you had, like, the sousaphone, the big winds around you, and you got the big bell that sticks out the top.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know...
You had a pretty good-sized car or a truck to get that thing home.
Right. Well, I imagine the people that took their tuba home on the bus, they were real...
Ooh, yeah, they were popular. Everybody ducking in their seat, getting clanged on the back of the head.
Museum Lovers Day, and we talked about the Hammer Museum in Alaska.
Well, there you go. Yeah. Add that to the list.
So somebody on Facebook, I put this on there, that it was Nail Day, and they wanted to know if it was nails for building a house or fingernails, and it doesn't really say, but there's a picture of a hand with all kinds of different painted fingernails, so I'm going to go with the fingernail thing.
Sure. That's always a good indication.
Yeah. National Cartoonist Day. Here's one that you and I can appreciate, Bob. National Hoagie Day.
Ooh.
Yeah. I like me a good hoagie.
Yes, sir.
National Silence the Shame Day. Not really sure what that's all about, but it's got a picture of a woman with her finger over her mouth, so.
Silence the shame about something.
I
just don't know what.
I'm really glad that neither of us participated in this today. It's No Pants Day. I did think about wearing my shorts. I don't know, but those are like short pants, so I don't know. Let's see. This is Oyster Day. Not a big fan.
I've eaten them a couple of times.
Nope.
It's not high on my list.
Yeah. To me, it's kind of like hocking up a loogie and then swallowing it.
Yeah.
This is Pesach or Pesach Sheni. I don't know. It's observed the 14th of Iyar in the Hebrew calendar. So I apologize for butchering that. So yesterday was, of course, May the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you. Yes.
And so today is Revenge of the 5th. Which is playing Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
So, this is School Lunch Hero Day. Yeah, the lunch people at my school, they were always heroes to me because
they fed you.
That's right.
They gave you food. Anybody gave you food was a hero.
Yeah, and
I don't care. Taste? What's that?
And here we go. This is Totally Chipotle Day. I'm not really sure what Chipotle is, but I like it. You want Chipotle sauce on that? Yeah, put her on there.
Sure. Right? Why not? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Put it inside. Put it on top. I don't care.
That's the stuff you can celebrate today.
Yeah, you can wash it down with your margarita on
whatever
Cinco de Mayo here today.
Yeah.
All right. Film and music production companies could receive millions of dollars in state tax credits under a newly proposed law heading to Governor Mike Parson's desk. On a 113-45 vote, the Missouri House approved a plan to offer $8 million in tax credits to help facilities like the Gateway Studios project on the west edge of St. Louis County as a way to lure more entertainment jobs to the state. The Entertainment Industry Jobs Act, what a unique name that is, approved a plan to offer $8 million in tax credits to help facilities. And it would allow tax credits for rehearsal expenses and tour expenses equal to 30% of the cost. It would also include expenses like concert tour equipment, stages, sets, sound equipment, lighting, and scenery. There's going to be a lot of money coming in the state, said Curtis Gregory, a Republican from Marshall, who sponsored the measure in the House. Parson, who attended a 2021 groundbreaking for the Gateway project in Chesterfield, is likely to sign the measure into law. The legislative package, which could cost a total of $24 million annually, also includes a tax incentive program for filmmakers to replace a similar program that expired in 2013 under former Governor Jay Nixon. This could be a fantastic economic driver for the state. Under the expired program, Missouri issued transferable tax credits to cover up to 35% of production costs if a studio spent more than $100,000 in the state for films longer than half an hour. But since the credit ended, shows with settings in Missouri, such as Ozark, Sharp Objects, and the movie 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, have been filmed in other states. Supporters said it's unfortunate that the film industry has largely abandoned Missouri because of the lack of tax credits, forcing Missouri film school graduates to move away. This is going to hopefully bring back a lot of that revenue. Hope it works.
Yeah.
Now, I do know
Yes.
that Lifetime, I think it was Lifetime, or maybe it was a Hallmark, one of those two, filmed the portions of a movie in Herman back late last year, I think. November,
Do we know
December.
what movie it is? Or?
No, I don't know. I just there was somebody posted something on Twitter, whatever Lifetime or Hallmark. Hey, Herman residents, if you'd like to be a local in a Hallmark movie or Lifetime, whichever it was, they're casting a few people, be at this place at this time, and just to get the local community folks in the background. And
the NFL being investigated by New York and California over allegations of employment discrimination and workplace harassment. The two state attorney generals announced Thursday. The officials said that they had issued subpoenas to the league and that they were examining claims made by former employers, including the possible violation of federal and state equity and anti-discrimination laws. No institution is above the law, said New York Attorney General Letitia James. The NFL, which has more than 1,000 employees in New York and California, said the allegations are entirely inconsistent with its values and practices. The attorneys general referenced a 2022 New York Times article in which more than 30 former women NFL employees alleged discrimination and retaliation after filing complaints with the league.
It's everywhere.
I know. Well, first off, I don't believe there should be discrimination. I always think that the best person for the job should get the job, or should be promoted or whatever. Yeah. But I think that a lot of these laws that they make to make sure that you have an equal number of people represented, whatever, or a percentage, or men, women, blacks, whites, whatever. These laws that they make, I personally was passed over for a job that I was more qualified for.
Yeah.
And I knew I was more qualified. The person that got the job knew that, I was more qualified. But the company told me they couldn't help it because they had to fill quotas. And so, I was just flat out told,
Yeah.
And I said, what do I do? And they said, file a claim with the Equal Employment Opportunity, whatever, EEOC.
Commission.
Yeah, and when I called them, they said, well, all we do is we recommend, we'll give you a list of attorneys that handle these kinds of cases. And then they told me that I would probably, they said this was a slam dunk lawsuit, and that I would probably fight it, or that it would probably take a minimum of 5 years and a maximum of 10 years to get it through there. I would win. They said along the lines, you will lose your job probably because you won't be able to keep it. And I thought, well, this is not
kind of backwards.
Yeah, and that was the other thing, was it just irritated me to death. They said it was a reverse discrimination. I said, it's not reverse discrimination. It's just plain old discrimination. No, you're a man. The person that got the job is a woman, so it's a reverse discrimination. I said, it's not reverse discrimination. It's just plain old discrimination. I said the facts are, and the company admitted it, that I was the more qualified person for the job, but they couldn't give it to me because I wasn't a woman. And they're like, well, yeah, we agree with you, but we're just telling you how it's going to go. So.
And it shouldn't be that way.
No,
it really shouldn't.
And I'm sure there are people that fight way worse situations than that.
Oh yeah, and they decide to fight it, and in the long run, it winds up costing them.
Yes.
And it's not how it should be. It really should.
Right.
Well, the LGBTQTIA plus whatever that continues to roll on. I mean, issues there.
Yeah.
2 Colorado families are suing their children's school district over allegations that teachers and administrators encouraged their daughters to join an LGBTQ club and keep its activities secret from the parents. Now, I'm sorry. There's got to be a line drawn.
Well, yeah, apparently there were, and you're apparently on the wrong side of it.
I guess, yeah. No, I can't believe that first off, that states are passing legislation allowing this.
Yeah.
And second off, that school districts are buying into it. I'm sorry.
You have the opportunity to vote for the people who run your school district.
And by golly, if I'm a parent in that school district, I'm rallying against those people big time. I'm getting there.
But they voted them in, so.
Well, yeah.
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 Yeah, but look what, But I mean, some of this now is state legislation.
Well, some of it,
and
yes.
some of it there.
Yes.
So in certain instances, they're kind of forced to, whether they want to or not.
And not you, but those people voted those people in.
Yes, get them out of there.
Yeah.
I mean, because you got people moving from California. We had this thing the other day about all the people moving from these blue states in droves and taking all their money with them. Well, they're going to red states and taking the same voting values.
Yes.
And turn those red states into blue states.
Yes.
And this is an end result of it right here.
Right.
The parents whose 6th grade daughters attend Wellington Middle High School sued educators at the Poudre School District Wednesday with the help of the America First Policy Institute and Illumin Legal. Not only were the activities of the Gay Straight Alliance not disclosed to parents, those who led the club's meetings actively encouraged students to keep discussions about polyamory, suicide, puberty blockers, transgenderism, gender equity, sexuality, and name and pronoun changes secret from their parents. Teachers also invite substitute teacher Kimberly Chambers, who is the executive director of the Supporting Pride Learning and Social Happenings, or SPLASH organization, that seeks to educate school-age children on topics of sexuality and gender identity. They invited her to speak at one of the GSA meetings, which was attended by the Lee's 6th grade daughter, according to the lawsuit. Chambers reportedly told the children that if they are not completely comfortable in their bodies, that means that they are transgender.
Or it means you're a typical teenager.
You're a typical middle schooler who's going through all kinds of physical. Yeah.
Well, name me somebody that was comfortable in their body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She said that while speaking to the school club on May 4th of 2021. The teacher also had children discuss what sex and gender they are attracted to and award students with LGBTQ paraphernalia, such as toys, flags, and other swag if they came out as transgender.
All right.
Yep, the teacher told students that there was a higher likelihood of suicide by transgender youth, but the Lee family said their daughter did not even fully understand what suicide was at the time. So now you're putting thoughts in these kids' heads.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Chambers, who is kind of the leader of the pack here, I guess, also repeatedly told students that it might not be safe to tell their parents what happened at the GSA meeting or to talk about transgender issues, and instead suggested they speak with her or other teachers.
See, I must be totally out of it. I thought the GSA was Girl Scouts of America.
Yeah, well, at one time it was, but not no more. She offered students her own personal number and told them to connect with her on Discord so that they could contact her at any time.
Well, Apple has reported lower sales for the second straight quarter, but CEO Tim Cook told CNBC that the results were better than they expected. Demand for iPhones held up far beyond analysts' forecasts, notching $51.3 billion compared with an expected $48.8 billion, and grew even as sales in the overall industry declined by double digits. According to industry estimates, Apple's most expensive iPhone, the iPhone Pro Max, made up just under a quarter of those sales, underscoring the company's reliance on premium products to drive revenue. Indonesia, Latin America, the Middle East, and India, which Apple is focusing strongly on, help drive the demand. Overall revenue dropped by about 3% year over year. Mac sales were particularly weak, dropping 31%, while iPad sales were off 13%. Mass layoffs are a last resort that aren't under consideration, says Cook. Instead, Apple has dramatically slowed hiring and examining spending in other ways, he added. So where's all those Mac people, you know, they swear by those Macs, but they're not out there buying them, apparently.
Well, that's because they last longer.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well,
they're better longer than your average PC.
I see.
Okay.
I don't know. Whatever.
Well, yeah,
I do want to tell people
Okay.
that if you're thinking about something for lunch or dinner today, which I wake up thinking about what lunch, you know.
Yeah.
This is barbecue day at Grace United Methodist Church.
Oh, yeah.
11 a.m. to 6:30 p.m., so don't miss it. This is the last one for the spring. So today from 11 a.m. to 6:30 p.m., barbecue at Grace United Methodist Church.
Some birthdays today.
Oh, yeah.
Danish philosopher Soren Kierkegaard. We've all heard of him, of course.
I've heard the name.
He's born 1813. German political theorist Karl Marx was born in 1818.
Heard of him.
Yeah, wrote Das Kapital and the Communist Manifesto, basically was the founder of communism. Hatmaker John Stetson was born in 1830, the inventor of the cowboy hat.
So
what now is best known as a cowboy hat.
So my wife works in the hat industry, apparel and hats and stuff like that. And I saw a picture of the weirdest hat, you know, I mean, it was like a brimmed hat, but it wasn't a cowboy hat. And, I don't know what you would call it, but it was ugly, and it was a Stetson. And I showed it to my wife, and she's like, oh, my.
Oh, you know, they did custom stuff,
yeah,
too.
Stetson, I don't know. Do they still have their place in Kansas City? Is it?
You know, I don't know. Last I heard it was still there, but I'm not sure. Crusading journalist Nellie Bly was born in 1864. Wrote about taboo subjects for her time, such as divorce, poverty, capital punishment, insanity. She was a longtime women's rights activist. Radio actor Freeman Gosden was Amos of Amos and Andy, was born in 1899. Chef and cookbook author James Beard, born in 1903, actually pioneered cooking shows on TV. The James Beard Awards are among the most coveted in the culinary world. Actor Tyrone Power was born in 1914. Such films as Jesse James, The Mark of Zorro, Blood and Sand, The Black Swan, Witness for the Prosecution, The Black Rose, and a whole bunch of others. Ann B. Davis, the actress, was born in 1926, since passed on. She, of course, was Alice in the Brady Bunch.
Yep.
Actor Michael Murphy is 84 today. He was in MASH. Did a lot of Robert Altman films. MASH, Manhattan, An Unmarried Woman, Nashville, The Year of Living Dangerously, Batman Returns, and several others.
Not to be confused with Michael Martin Murphy.
Yes, this one's just Michael Murphy.
Yeah.
Actor Lance Henriksen is 83. He was in did a lot of sci-fi stuff. Was in the Alien franchise, the Terminator, Stone Cold, Pumpkinhead. Did Dog Day Afternoon earlier in his career. On TV, he was in Millennium and the X-Files. Tammy Wynette.
Ah, Tammy.
Yes, Tammy Wynette, born 1942. Of course, best known for Stand By Your Man, Apartment Number 9, Your Good Girl's Gonna Go Bad, I Don't Want to Play House, Divorce, and a whole bunch of others, some duets with George Jones and while they were married, and then they got unhitched. Actor Michael Palin is 80 today, part of the Monty Python comedy group. He also was in some films, Jabberwocky, Time Bandits, and A Fish Called Wanda.
Yeah, Time Bandits.
It was. Actor John Rhys Davies is 79. It was in the Indiana Jones franchises. He was it Gamil?
I don't remember what his name was. But
that's what kind of came to mind. He was the Egyptian fixer.
Yeah, he was Sliders. And,
he was also Lord of the Rings. In that, he was in Living Daylights, Aquaman, a couple of others.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, actor Roger Rees is born in 1944, since passed on. Had a few pops into Cheers. Also was in The West Wing for several episodes. Robin Hood, Men of Tights. He played the Sheriff of Nottingham in the Mel Brooks version there.
Or men in tights.
Yeah.
Manly men.
That was a funny movie.
Yes, it was.
The Prestige, The Pink Panther, a few other things that he had. TV newsman Brian Williams kind of took down a few notches years ago. He's 64. Actress Tina Yothers from Family Ties is 50 today. Danielle Fishel is 42. Topanga on Boy Meets World and Girl Meets World. Henry Cavill is 40 today. Superman. Also in The Man from U.N.C.L.E., Mission Impossible Fallout, was in The Witcher, and several others.
So I like Henry Cavill, but I still think that we could have picked an American to be Superman.
Last two or three have been
I know
British actors. Adele, the singer, born 1988, make her 35. Singer Chris Brown is 34. Model Hannah Jeter is 33 today. And U.S. figure skater Nathan Chen, who was the first to land 6 quad jumps in an Olympics program, I'm trying to see where he was. He's 32.
So I don't think we should have an American James Bond, and I don't think we should have a British Superman. I'm just,
Well, I would tend to agree with you. I think there was I saw when I was looking up Henry Cavill stuff, there was an AI program that the people associated with the James Bond movies ran to help them figure out who the next James Bond should be.
Yes.
And it was Henry Cavill.
Really?
Now, they talked about Idris Elba and, Wonder or a woman or
I
something.
would be okay with Idris being...
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
But Henry Cavill,
I would be okay with Henry Cavill being James Bond. Yeah. I don't know, but okay. Let's see. Birthdays locally today, Joe Schlafer, Jeff Bent. Tomorrow, Jared Head, Chris Kraft, Dakota Pitts, Denise Dottie Mueller. My cousin Roy Teeter is going to be 50 tomorrow. On Sunday, Kelly Preston Aberle, 60. Shelley Dory Englert and Blaine Lukemeyer all have birthdays on Sunday. I think Blaine's going to be 71. Junior and Pam Bergner celebrating their 5th wedding anniversary today. Josh and Shauna Starr, their 23rd tomorrow. And Brian and Tricia Beckett, their 34th tomorrow. And I think that's it. We are AM 1560, KTUI Sullivan, 94.1 FM. Pick us up on YouTube and tune in when your internet's working. And it's 9 o'clock. Here's the news.
USA News, I'm Lance Pry. President Biden meets with his Investing in America cabinet this morning. That'll be taking place at 11:45 Eastern in the Roosevelt Room. The debate of defunding the police and a lack of police presence on a New York subway is front and center this morning as witnesses say Jordan Neely, a homeless 30-year-old Michael Jackson impersonator, had been yelling he was hungry and ready to die on a train. Without any police presence around, a few citizens tried to restrain the man. Neely died from what the coroner described as a homicide. New York Governor Kathy Hochul.
I do want to acknowledge how horrific it was to view a video of Jordan Neely being killed for being a passenger on our subway trains. I don't care about labeling it. Just looking at that video, you know it's wrong. No one has the right to take the life of another person.
New York City Mayor Eric Adams.
We're still investigating the situation. Let's let the DA conduct his investigation with the law enforcement officials. To really interfere with that is not the right thing to do, and I'm going to be responsible and allow them to do their job and allow them to determine exactly what happened here.
North Carolina lawmakers have passed a 12-week abortion ban with exceptions.
On Thursday, the Republican-controlled state legislature approved abortion restrictions that would ban the procedure after 12 weeks with few exceptions. The bill is heading to the desk of the Democrat Governor Roy Cooper, who has called the bill awful and unreasonable, and he promises to veto it. He says the restrictions will shut down clinics and make abortion completely unavailable to many women at any time, causing desperation and death. I'm Skip Kelly.
Cinco de Mayo in Mexico, Spanish for the 5th of May, is a yearly celebration which commemorates the anniversary of Mexico's victory over the Second French Empire at the Battle of Puebla in 1862. This is USA News.
Mornings were made for better things than rheumatoid arthritis or RA. Xeljanz tofacitinib is a pill for adults with moderate to severe RA when tumor necrosis factor blockers did not work well or could not be tolerated. Xeljanz can help relieve joint pain, swelling, and help stop further joint damage. Xeljanz can lower your ability to fight infections. Don't start if you have one. Before and during treatment, your doctor should check for infections like TB and do blood tests. Serious, sometimes fatal infections, cancers including lymphoma and lung, blood clots, serious heart-related events, tears in the stomach or intestines, and allergic reactions have happened. People 50 and older with heart disease risk factors have an increased risk of death. Tell your doctor if you've had hepatitis B or C, have flu-like symptoms, are prone to infections, or have ever had a heart attack, stroke, clot, or other heart problems, or swelling of lips, tongue, throat, or hives. Ask your doctor about prescription Xeljanz. Visit Xeljanz.com or call 1-844-XELJANZ.
Ed Sheeran has been found not liable in his copyright infringement case.
Sheeran was accused of stealing components of Marvin Gaye's Let's Get It On song for his 2014 hit, Thinking Out Loud.
I'm obviously very happy with the outcome of the case, and it looks like I'm not having to retire from my day job after all.
He told reporters he's just a guy who loves writing music for people to enjoy. I'm Dave Collins.
The late Carrie Fisher, a.k.a. Princess Leia, now has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Luke Skywalker himself, Mark Hamill, is declaring May the 4th as her day, too.
She was our princess, and the actress who played her blurred into one gorgeous, fiercely independent, and ferociously funny take-charge woman who took our collective breath away.
Billie Lourd is Carrie Fisher's daughter.
Her books and candor about her mental illness and drug abuse have inspired people all over the world to speak more openly about their struggles. It's one of the things about her I'm most proud of.
Labor activists are applauding New York State lawmakers and the governor for including changes to the minimum wage in the recently passed budget.
Next year, the minimum wage will increase to $16 in New York City, Nassau, Suffolk, and Westchester counties, and to $15 in all other parts of the state. Starting in 2027, the minimum wage will go up based on inflation. I'm Skip Kelly.
Thanks for listening. It's well appreciated, my friend. TGIF and a Cinco de Mayo to you too. Lance Pry, USA News.
Omaha Steaks Burger Perfection Flight, made from single cuts of real aged Omaha steaks, rewrites the book on burgers. Go to omahasteaks.com. Use promo code TREAT at checkout for an extra $20 off your order, plus free shipping when you order the $79.99 Burger Perfection Flight. A fantastic array of pure ground steak on a bun burger greatness. For $20 off the Burger Perfection Flight, use promo code TREAT at checkout at omahasteaks.com and discover your new burger obsession. Minimum order may be required.
From the KTUI WeatherBug Weather Center for this morning, expecting mostly cloudy skies. Mostly cloudy this afternoon, a high temperature of 70 degrees. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies, a low of 55. On Saturday, mostly sunny, a chance for an afternoon shower or thunderstorm, high 82. Saturday night, mostly cloudy, low 67. On Sunday, mostly cloudy, a chance of an afternoon shower or thunderstorm, high 90. Sunday night, mostly cloudy, low 62. And on your Monday, afternoon showers and thunderstorms likely, otherwise partly cloudy, high 85. For KTUI, I'm Andrew Brady.
Thank you, Andrew. It is 5.5 minutes past 9 o'clock, 60 degrees here at the studios of KTUI. It's time for the For Sale Show. If you've got something to buy, sell, or trade, you can give me a call right now, 468-5101. 468-5101. You can send me a text message at 573-677-1001. 670-717-1001. That's our text number. And you can use that for anything. Send us news or community bulletin board items or what have you. Let's see, what else? Oh, yeah. You can send me an email, and that's forsale@ktui.com. forsale@ktui.com. All right, let's get into my list of items today. Had a woman that was looking for a couple of child booster seats for her church. And if you've got a booster seat you donate, call 573-259-0098. 573-259-0098. 20 dozen cage-free large chicken eggs will deliver to Bourbon Mobile. Call 573-732-5709. And there's an antique Baldwin pump organ from the late 1800s. It's in great condition, has a marble claw bench stool, the organ and the stool, $600, 573-732-5709. Got an 18-foot 1989 low modified John boat. It's set up with a 1988 Pro 50 Yamaha 3-cylinder oil-injected outboard motor. Included is a 2002 Rivercraft trailer. Clear titles in hand for boat and trailer. The boat's 74 inches wide and 18 inches deep. Floor has carpeting. The boat and motor have steering column, gauges, power trim, live well with pump, bilge pump, 2 6-gallon fuel tanks, double anchor system, hand throttle, gear trim controls, fish locator, a 12-volt plug and mount for trolling motor, and storage compartment. Included will be fire extinguisher, life jackets, batteries, paddle, and boat cover. It's equipped with bearing buddies and a spare tire. Asking $4,000 or reasonable offer. You can contact Kevin at 314-640-1187. 314-640-1187. Couple of compound bows, a couple of old school desks, pedal cars, a Model 94 Winchester 3030, a 243 Marlin, J.C. Higgins, Winchester 12 gauge, 636-575-4258. 636-575-4258. Got John Deere 1010 tractor, 35 horse gasoline tractor. It's got a brush hog and a couple of other implements, and $3,300. 468-6914. 468-6914. All right. Got a kitchen table with a leaf, 6 chairs, $175. And let's see, some New Zealand meat rabbits, 573-647-3139. 573-647-3139. Massey Ferguson 12 square, number 12 square baler, $500, and a Cub Cadet lawn sweeper for $100. 573-201-9442. 573-201-9442. Guy's looking for a 500-gallon propane tank, and he also has some albums he said are in pristine condition that he would sell. 573-259-9448. 573-259-9448. Got an oak dining set, the table, the chairs, and a china cabinet, $750. 573-259-3307. 573-259-3307. Got a Troy-built 50-inch cut lawnmower, 573-205-0299. 573-205-0299. Looking for someone to hand quilt tops. If you can do that, call 573-732-3551. 732-3551. And Shelby's still got those chocolate healer pups. They're about 9 weeks old and ready for new homes. And they got their shots. They've been wormed. Call Shelby at 457-8505. If you get the machine, leave a message with your cell phone number. She can send you some pictures or more information. Again, that number is 457-8505. 10 minutes past the hour of 9 o'clock, 60 degrees. That's it for my list of items here this morning on the For Sale Show. Going to let you listen to this. from the folks at Jerry's TV Sales and Service. When I come back, going to take a look at some community bulletin board items. Stay tuned.
Pre-wash clothes and other items right in the washer with a convenient built-in water faucet that gives you easy access to an instant water stream. A Whirlpool top-load washer with a 360 wash agitator keeps clothes moving to provide a thorough clean in a variety of water levels.
For mattresses, furniture, flooring, and appliances, see the folks at Jerry's TV and Home Furnishings at 375 West Springfield in Sullivan, or call 468-4300.
All right, 11 minutes now past 9 o'clock, and it's time for the community bulletin board. You know, if you've got something that you'd like to get on our bulletin board and you're a not-for-profit group, a civic organization, a church group, something like that, then you can send us this. We'll read it on the air for free. Mobile Market for the month of May is going to be held on May 19th, which is the third Friday, instead of their normal fourth Friday due to the Memorial Day holiday. Let's see, what is it? Karaoke for a Cause. The Muscle Bar is presenting this at the Eagles Hall in Sullivan. Doors open at 5:30. This will be tomorrow. All proceeds going to Stella Craig. So tickets are $25 each, $30 at the door. And to buy tickets or donate, contact the Muscle Bar at 468-2090. That's 468-2090. And let's see. Oh, I'm trying to get some CDs for somebody here. And let's see. 468-2090 is how you get the tickets. $25 each, $30 at the door. And let's see. There's a Venmo for that as well, and that's at Lift with Love. Venmo at Lift with Love. All right. Leukemia benefit, memorial, and celebration of life for Larry Laird. This is also coming up tomorrow at the Eagles Hall. 1,000 as mine. This one will be in the small hall. The memorial service will be from 3 to 3:30 p.m. The benefit begins at 3:30. Free admission, spaghetti dinner while supplies last, and cash bar available. 50-50 raffles, 7:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. Silent auction and dessert auction both end at 8 p.m. If you'd like more information, you can contact Ron Laird at 636-485-5824 or Shelby Blankenship at 636-221-7089. Silent auction items are needed and appreciated. You can still call one of them for that. Food provided by the Eagles. Music and sound system provided by Riverside. All money raised will help the family with medical bills and expenses. Again, that's coming up tomorrow. And there's a Bluegrass Music Festival. This is the 7th annual event at Zelch Welding and Zelch Farms. They're located about 4 miles south of Rosebud on Highway T. And it's no admission charge. Starts about 11 a.m. Live bluegrass music by the Gasconade River Band. They've got blacksmith and old-time demonstrations, log cabins, pioneer and farm life. Food from Emma's Wood Cook Stove. It says bring your lawn chairs and enjoy the afternoon. The Clyde and Emma Zelch family. And if you'd like more information, you can call, this is a cell phone, 573-502-3406. All right, had the kids in here from the Sullivan School District, the band, and they were talking about the 7 o'clock Jump Jazz Night Spaghetti Dinner coming up next Saturday, not tomorrow, but the following Saturday. Enjoy dinner served by the SHS band students, dancing and socializing while enjoying sounds of jazz, big band, rhythm and blues, and much more, provided by the SHS Jazz Band. All proceeds support the Sullivan Screaming Eagles Marching Band, and it will be in the Sullivan High School Commons. There are limited VIP tables available for $250. Otherwise, tickets are $20 for adults, $10 for students. The VIP tables are up nearest to the band, and you have 2 personal servers for the evening. And you can purchase tickets from any band student or online at paypal.com. I guess you search for Sullivan Encore or something at PayPal. You can also email Mr. Moore. His email is moorec, that's MOOREC for Chuck, Chuck Morrissey at sullivaneagles.org. He can probably send you the QR code for this. Otherwise, I guess you just look for, Sullivan Encore on PayPal. There's a benefit for former longtime resident of Owensville and Rosebud and 1983 graduate of Owensville High School and a Air Force Desert Storm veteran, Dean Shockley, who was recently diagnosed with a rare and aggressive terminal brain cancer. This is going to be May 20th at the Rosebud American Legion Hall, noon to 6 p.m. Venmo's accepted. Live music and raffle and auction, kids train, bounce house, and activities. Food and drinks are available. If it's nice, bring a lawn chair and enjoy the day. Music is indoors. $25 for adults, kids 12 and under free. Tickets are available at the door and on Ticket Spice. You can go to friendsofdeanbenefit.account.webconnects.com. friendsofdeanbenefit.account.webconnects.com. All right, the Scott Air Force Base Air Show and STEM Expo is coming up, featuring the U.S. Navy's Blue Angels, and that will be Saturday and Sunday, May 13th and 14th. You can go to scott.af.mil to find out more. The 5th Annual Bourbon Barbecue Festival is coming up on Saturday, June the 10th. They need teams, judges, and sponsors. It's all going to be down in historic downtown Bourbon. Barbecue grilling competition and festival, chicken ribs and pork steaks, live music, food, games, fun for the whole family. And the number to call if you're interested in being on a team or a judge or a sponsor, 573-732-5900. 732-5900, or you can email, this is all one word, all lowercase, bourbonecondev@gmail.com. It's all one word, bourbonecondev, for economic development, @gmail.com. Take off pounds sensibly. They meet every Thursday at the Sullivan Presbyterian Church. They're located on the corner of Cumberland and Springfield in Sullivan. And weigh-ins start at 5. The meeting starts at 5:30. Your first meeting's free. If you'd like more information, go to tops.org. All right, the Mid-Ozarks Veterans Coffee Talk. They do this every Monday. Free donuts and coffee and information on veterans benefits. Phil Willis is the host, as I said, every Monday at 9 a.m. at the Cuba Senior Center. You can find out more by emailing Phil at willistravels@aol.com. Bingo at the Knights of Columbus Hall in Cuba starts at 6:15 p.m. on Thursdays, and you can find out more at cubakofc.org. Lifehouse Youth Center looking for sustainers. That's somebody committed to giving to the Lifehouse monthly. No amount too little nor too large. Every donation counts. 636-649-5542. 636-649-5542. Or you can email Jen, Jen at lhcsullivan.org. Jen at lhcsullivan.org. That's it for my list of items for this morning. Once again, don't forget, my church is having their barbecue 11 a.m. till 6:30 p.m. this evening at Grace United Methodist Church in Sullivan's, just right off the service road behind the car dealership. And it's drive-through, so you just pull up there, and they take your order, and you pay for it, and you drive around behind the church, and somebody will come out and bring it to you, and you can go off and eat it wherever you want. And that's, again, 11 a.m. till 6:30 today at Grace United Methodist Church. One thing, I put this off to the side. I'd read it a couple of times earlier, and I forgot to put it back in the folder. But the Art and Soul Madison Bartle Scholarship Fun Run 5K is tomorrow. Starts at 9 a.m. at the Sullivan Fairgrounds at Maddox Drive. And registration, if you register today, I think, you can still get in for $25. Tomorrow it's $30. The 1 mile fun run is $15. You can register online at artandsoul5k.itsyourrace.com. And then after the run, there's a silent auction, and all proceeds go to Willa Rayleigh O'Connor. All right, I think that's it. Appreciate you spending some time with me this week. I'll be back with you tomorrow, Monday morning at 6 a.m. Bobby D will be in tomorrow and do some news and sports talk. You can catch Sports Talk after the 8 o'clock news, about 20-25 minutes after 8 o'clock on 102.1 KTUI. And then if you miss it, you can pick it up again on 94.1 FM at night around 8 o'clock. So stay tuned for those things. 21 past 9 o'clock. As always, I would ask that you would say a prayer for our country, the leadership of our country, the men and women who protect this great nation of ours. Also, wouldn't hurt to say a prayer for Ukraine, our healthcare workers, first responders. Find a blood drive somewhere. Go to redcrossblood.org. Also be an organ donor. All right, have a great weekend. I'll be back with you on Monday. And Mike Gallagher is up next here on KTUI. Stay tuned.
Step up your grilling game with our Solaire portable infrared grills. Our compact everywhere is a favorite of RVers and trailer pullers. Solaire infrared provides the quick sear for bar marks and texture needed to properly finish sous vide. Use a portable alongside your larger conventional grill to create an instant sear zone and more juicy and flavorful food. Learn more at besthotgrill.com. Affordable, powerful, portable infrared grills at besthotgrill.com.
Mike Gallagher.
Mike, I want to know where the Al Sharptons of the world are before something happens. Where are these people when this guy was trying to get help? The aunt said that they've been trying to get help for years for this dude.
Mike, it's so sad that these progressives think it's okay for this guy to terrorize the community over and over again. I feel bad that the guy died, but he certainly got what was coming to him. He won't be terrorizing the community anymore.
I think the Marine is a hero for doing what he did. Have a good day, Mike.
Is hero the wrong word? I think it's the right word. And it was a tragic accident that Jordan Neely died. Nobody wanted that, but guess what? The Marine put himself in harm's way to try to help others. And they're going to do everything they can to destroy this guy's life. You wait and see. Let's start with Jeremy in Grand Rapids, Michigan. How you doing today, Jeremy?
Hi, Mike. How are you today?
I'm pretty good. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, the Marine is definitely a hero. But what I really like to talk about...
That the U.S. military trained him for foreign and domestic, and even though he's ex-military, he did what he was trained to do, and I feel that they're going to railroad him, and I feel sorry for this man. And, you know, I feel much safer with all the Air Force around me with the Wright Pat Air Force
Oh,
Base.
I know. Hey, I know it.
They're there.
I know it well. And you know they're never going to rest, Charles, until they get this guy. They're never going to rest until they expose. First of all, thank goodness so far they haven't identified him, but they will. Oh, we're going to find out who he is, and they're going to try to railroad this guy. And I just feel so sorry for him. But what does it say about a man who steps up and tries to do some good for other people?
You know, if I was in his situation, I ain't military, but I'd still do the same thing. I hope the outcome wouldn't turn out the same way, but I hope more people would stand up for stuff like that, and maybe it'll help straighten our country out a little.
No kidding. Thanks, Charles. Good call. 800-655-MIKE. Jeremy in Colorado Springs. Hey, Jeremy, happy Friday. How are you?
Oh, hey, Mike, happy Friday. Love the show.
Thank you.
Yeah, I agree with the other callers so far. I'm sorry that the man died, but I applaud the Marine. I think this is a symptom. I know this is a symptom, though, of a bigger problem when society, especially the left, when you reject God's truth for long enough as presented to you, like in his word in the Bible,
you bet.
Eventually it says that God will give you over to like a depraved mind, to delusion. And I think that's exactly what's going on in our country. That you take a simple incident like this and you make right, wrong, wrong, right. Exactly. You twist everything on its head. You turn everything on its head. And it's like a judgment from God.
We spent a lot of time earlier in the week. I hope you had a chance to hear it, Jeremy. And so much thank you for your kind words. Hope you had a chance to hear our whole conversation about turning away from God and then reaping the consequences of that. And that's something we're seeing. Church going is down. People's faith is dissipating. And when you turn away from God, when you stop praying, look what happens. And that's not, you nailed it. Now, we found somebody who disagrees with the assessment of the Marine as a hero. Chris in Philly. Hey, Chris, thanks very much for joining us. How are you?
Good. I got to disagree with the hero. Years ago, I walked into a bar in Washington, D.C., and they had this arcane rule that you had to buy a drink before you went in. And I just marched in. This guy took me and put me in one of those chokeholds. And, man, it doesn't take long to choke conscious. He definitely overdid it.
Yeah, but you weren't doing anything wrong. I mean, that's apples and oranges. You weren't assaulting people. What if you had been assaulting people in the bar and then somebody put you in a chokehold?
I got it. I've seen the video, and he's definitely going to get hit with involuntary.
You didn't answer my question. What happens if you go into a bar? You said that when you got put in a chokehold, it was terrible because all you tried to do was go in without following some dumb rule about that the bar had. What if you were a violent criminal and don't you expect somebody to try to subdue the bad guy?
Yes, but I'm just saying it as a military person and the Marine. He overdid it. He choked them unconscious. And
all right, let's see what others say, Chris. I think you're dead wrong, and I'm surprised you didn't answer my question. It's not the same thing. If you've got but this is what's happening in America. So the Chris's of the world sit around and say, no, put your head down, walk away. There's a great article in the Federalist I'm going to try to get through, and I want to vocally, No Country for Brave Men. We'll share that with you. I also want to catch up with Bridget Ziegler from a great organization that's fighting the good fight. Stick around. You're going to hear all about the Leadership Institute and more. And Ron DeSantis, all ahead. The American Medical Association has publicly stated that the decision from a federal court in Texas saying the approval of the abortion pill flies in the face of science and evidence. The MD who oversees the AMA supports this pill that has taken the lives of millions of babies. If the AMA was focused on science, they would have never approved this abortion pill. I'll tell you who's using science, Save the Storks. They don't hide the science. They put ultrasound machines in mobile clinics and drive them right to the doorstep of abortion clinics. Is that not brave, courageous, bold? I'm so proud to partner with Save the Storks, and I need you to join me in becoming a monthly supporter of Save the Storks. You can donate now. SaveTheStorks.org/Mike G. Could be the most important thing you do today. Save lives. Join me in fighting for the unborn. Go to SaveTheStorks.org/Mike G. That's SaveTheStorks.org/Mike G.
Mike Gallagher.
The secret to losing weight and keeping it off isn't that complicated. It's all about what you eat. Some of us have gained a few pounds over the years, and it's time to get control of our health. Dr. Ashley Lucas is a registered dietitian with a PhD in sports nutrition and chronic disease. From the very first phone call, you will know you made the right choice. Mike Gallagher and Sebastian Gorka are on the program, and they are thrilled with their results. They customize individual plans based on your numbers and your lifestyle. And if you have a crazy schedule, this program provides 80% of the food during your busy day. In the evening, you can prepare meals for yourself or together for the family. In just a few short weeks, you will have more energy and will be feeling great. If you're ready to make a change, do what thousands have done and call 864-644-1900 to get started today. Visit their website at myphdweightloss.com to schedule your consultation today and take the first step to your better health. That's 864-644-1900 or myphdweightloss.com.
Angie's List. With news on Missouri Net, I'm Marshall Griffin. On Monday, a St. Louis County judge ruled that the emergency rule on limits for transgender Missourians be put on hold for at least 2 more